Yo, what's going on everyone? Stats here, and today we have a little bit of a different video. But before we get into that, I just wanted to say I've been hard at work trying to get an avatar for this channel, and I wasn't going to post again until it was ready, as I was hoping it'd be ready a little while ago, but it's still not finished, unfortunately. So I'll be resuming videos on a semi-regular basis from now on, and I'll just throw the avatar into the mix when it gets finished. I don't really know what's going to be going on with it, so hopefully it's able to get finished and I'm able to start incorporating it into videos. But I've also come up with a schedule for when I'll be posting videos, and hopefully I'll have the graphic ready for it when the next video comes out. And yeah, I'm just kind of hyped for the future of this channel. I've been working really hard to come up with a bunch of video ideas, as well as just reform the channel into how I want it to work. And so without further ado, I welcome you to 5 underrated anime you need to watch. Before we get into the actual underrated shows, I'd like to mention 2 animes that you should watch, even though they're far from being underrated in my opinion. The first of which is Hunter x Hunter, or Hunter x Hunter, however you want to pronounce it, I don't really care. Hunter x Hunter is one of the greatest animes of all time, from the story, to the characters in the world building, to the power system. Everything in Hunter x Hunter seems like it was meticulously planned, and I can say for sure that this anime is 100% a masterpiece, one of the only 10 out of 10s I've ever seen in my life. It's definitely up there on the list for best anime of all time, and there are very few shows that reach the same level as it. I think it's well worth the watch, and you guys should all watch it if you haven't. The second honorable mention I'd like to talk about is Angel Beats, which is by far my favorite anime. Angel Beats is a show that never fails to make me tear up, but also laugh at the same time. The entire show is pretty sad, but the moments throughout the show are so great, funny, and sad all at the same time that it just feels worth it. And if you're looking for a slice of life anime that will get you attached to the characters and make you want more, Angel Beats is definitely the way to go. I highly suggest this anime. Alright, so now we're into the actual 5 underrated animes, and I gotta start off with Classroom of the Elite, which is going to be getting a season 2 soon. If you're looking for a main character that's sick and can handle themselves in a fight, look no further than Classroom of the Elite and its main character, Ayana Koji. When talking about awesome main protagonists, you absolutely have to throw Ayana Koji into the mix, as he's not only a genius, but he's so good at everything that he goes out of his way to be exactly average at everything. But Classroom of the Elite isn't carried by just its main character. Its side characters are some of the most entertaining characters in all of anime. The side cast includes Suzune Horikita, Kikyo Kushida, Kensudo, Honami Ichinos, and many other great characters. I probably mispronounced some of their names, whatever. The current 13 episode series is a roller coaster ride that will get you hooked and looking forward to the release of the previously announced season 2 of the series. Alright, the second anime on the list is Magi, Adventure of Sinbad. What do you get when you cross good fate with a lively boy? You get Sinbad, a dangerously positive person who thinks nothing but good can come from the world. Sinbad is always getting into trouble and he wants to eventually rule his own country, but we get into that later on in the series. He wants to rule it in his own way. Sinbad travels around the world looking for people who will join his quest to create a fair country, and throughout the series he has many laughs with his companions as they face several challenges together. Magi, Adventure of Sinbad is the prequel to Magi, Labyrinth of Magic, which in turn is also the prequel to Magi, the Kingdom of Magic. The Magi series in general is amazing and worth the watch, but I don't hear many people talk about the Adventures of Sinbad series, so in my personal opinion I think it's heavily underrated and well worth the watch. Go ahead and watch it if you want a great anime and some really great characters. It's worth it. Next up is Fate Grand Order, Absolute Demonic Front, Babylonia. The Fate series is well known for its animation always being in the upper echelon of anime, and while Absolute Demonic Front definitely has worse animation than like Fate Zero, it still has amazing animation, and where it lacks story, it has solid characters. From Ritsuka Fujimaru, the last master of Earth, to Ushi Wakamaru, an old Japanese legend, all the way to Ishtar, a goddess of Babylon. The characters are very well written, and although there are some cringe moments in the show, I'll admit that, the overall show is very worth it to watch. If you've ever played the Fate Grand Order mobile game, you already know the story writing is insanely detailed, and they took that to the next level with this anime, diving deep into the story that was explored on a more basic level in the game. From the visuals to the story, this anime does nothing except excite me with the possibilities for the rest of the game to get animated in a similar way. Alright, next up is Akame Got Kill. Now, most people can recognize this anime as one where much tragedy occurs, but it's more than that. Now, a lot of people will say, well, the manga is just better, and they're not entirely wrong. The manga is better if you care strictly for the ending of the show and or manga, as that's the only major part of the story that differs from the manga. But even with the massively different ending Akame Got Kill had in the show, it still has a way of drawing you in and making you believe that everything's going to be okay, but then there's a twist to throw you completely off your game. You go from knowing what's going on and being happy to the next second you're crying because of something that happened. Akame Got Kill just has a way of getting you attached to the characters and what's going on in the plot. It's an overall amazing show that is one of my all-time favorites and definitely worth the watch, but it is very sad. You have been warned. The last anime we'll cover today is another one of my all-time favorites. In fact, it's what my channel is mostly about, and that's RWBY. RWBY, for the first 4 volumes, is the definition of peak American anime, and I personally don't think any season in a show tops RWBY Volume 3 in my favorite seasons of anime. While the animation in the first 2 volumes is worse than most other shows, the show and the building of the characters in the first 3 volumes is close to masterclass. After Volume 3, the show drops off a little bit, and overall Volume 5 and Volume 8 are fairly mid, but every other season is very good. They're just some random issues at the end of Volume 6, but if you take out the writing errors in Volume 8 and the weird mech battle in Volume 6, the show is better than most people will give it credit for. Not many people realize just how revolutionary the RWBY series was for most American web animated series. RWBY is a show that's brimming with potential and has amazing characters from beginning to end, and if you haven't watched it yet, I can't recommend it enough. You should definitely give it a shot. It is amazing and well worth the watch. With that said, that's all for this video. I'm hoping to make this an eventual series where every time I see 5 underrated anime, I make another one of these videos. So let me know if you guys would enjoy that, and if you have an anime suggestion for me to put on here, drop it down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, hit that big red subscribe button for more content like this. I'll be posting more regularly from now on, and it's going to be great. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.